All right, here we have a great mixture word problem, and I'm gonna make use of this amazing table to help us solve it. So Odysseus has a mixture of chocolate containing 70% cocoa, and well, actually, this should read cocoa instead of chocolate. I just realized. Amount of cocoa. Great. Which was combined with a different mixture of chocolate containing only 40% cocoa. Once combined, 5 pounds of the new chocolate mixture contained 64% cocoa. Now the question, the actual question, how much of the 40% cocoa chocolate mixture was used to form the combined mixture? So this is the question right here. So I'm going to make it X. The mix amount in basically in pounds, I believe. Yeah, pounds, that's the unit. Of the 40% mix is what we want to ultimately find out. So that's why I'm making it X. Great. Now we know that the combined mix is a total of 5 pounds. Right there. So I'm going to leave the 5 over there. And so what goes over here? I'm going to make a question mark. Well, I know that question mark plus X, whatever it is, will be equal to 5. Because we're combining the 70% mix to the 40% mix to get 5 pounds of the combined mix. So if I want to isolate for question mark, I can just subtract X from both sides of the equation. And question mark will be equal to, surprise, surprise, 5 minus X. So I'm going to leave that there for now. Okay, so for the 70% mix, of course, we have 70% of cocoa. For the 40% mix, we only have 40% of cocoa. And we have an amazing piece of information here. The combined mixture has 64% cocoa. Great. Now, how can we calculate the amount of cocoa for each row? Well, we can actually just multiply the mix amount in pounds by the percentage. So for the top one, and the percentage, we just actually divide that number by 100, each one of them. So over here, I'm going to write 5 minus X times 0.7. Because 70 divided by 100, that's just 0.7. Okay. And why am I multiplying these? Well, it will make more sense over here. For the combined mix, we have 5 pounds of the chocolate mix. 64% of it is cocoa. So how do we get 64% of 5? We just go 5 times 64 over 100. 64 over 100 is 0.64. 0.64 times 5 is 3.2. So we have 3.2 pounds of pure cocoa in the chocolate mixture. So 3.2 is the amount of cocoa for the combined mix. So that's why we're multiplying them. And over here in the second row, we have just X times 40%. 40% is 0.4. So I can just rewrite this as 0.4x. Great. Now I can actually form my equation. Why is that? Well, because I know that the amount of cocoa is going to have to add up. The 70% mix plus the 40% mix will equal the amount of cocoa in the combined mix. So that will be our equation. I'm just going to rearrange this actually as 0.7 times 5 minus x. That looks nicer. Plus 0.4x is equal to 3.2. Then once we solve for x, we're going to know the mix amount of the 40% mix. Fantastic, isn't it? Great. So let's distribute the 0.7. 0.7 times 5 is 3.5. 0.7 times negative x is negative 0.7x. Plus 0.4. X is 3.2. Now we combine like terms. Negative 0.7x plus 0.4x is negative 0.3x. Here we still have the 3.5. That's equal to 3.2. Then we can subtract both sides or rather subtract 3.5 from both sides of the equation. Okay, so those cancel out, and we end up with no room, just negative 0.3x equals 3.2 minus 3.5, negative 0.3. Wonderful. Now, what shall we do? I shall divide both sides by negative 0.3. Those cancel out. So I get x equals negative 0.3 divided by negative 0.3 is 1. The question has already been answered. So how much of the 40% cocoa was used to form the combined mixture? 1 pound. Fantastic. That's it. But what if they were, oh, no, that looks like 11b or something like that. 1 pound. There we go. What if they asked how much of the 70% mixture formed the combined mix? We know that would be just 4 pounds. Why is that? Because 5 minus 1 is 4. That's it. Hopefully that made great sense. If not, check out some more questions. Good luck.